Today's video, we're going to continue on talking about how to get American Express business loan with no credit check. Now, again, let me reiterate what I mean about no credit check. It's basically a soft pull, but here's the thing about it. They're not going to put a hard inquiry on your personal credit. And the reason they don't do that, because you already have a relationship with them. Now, here's the catch when talking about business loans from American Express with no credit check is because it's by invite. And the only way to get an invite is you have to have an American Express business credit card, okay? So that's the reason that people have been trying to apply for American Express business loan and they get denied, because you don't have a relationship with them. And actually, here's the thing about it. With AMEX is this, okay? In order to get invitation for their business loan, you have to have a relationship with them for at least 6 months, right? That's one of their requirements. Now, like I said, the reason there's no credit check is because if you have a business credit card with them, they already have your data. They already see what your business is doing, how you're actually using that credit card and stuff. So they're pulling this data in and stuff to determine the amount of loan that you may or may not qualify for. Now, there's different loans that they have, in which most people they don't talk about. But today, I'm gonna actually tell you about, there's actually three different loans that they have for businesses, okay? And so let's talk about the first business loan, all right? The first business loan with AMEX is their term loan, okay? And with their term loan, they actually are going to go anywhere from 3, 6, 12, or 36 months, okay? So that's what their term loans, okay? In terms of the short amount of time that you have to pay it back. Now, in terms of the dollar limit, now on the term loans, their dollar limit is from $3,500 up to $75K, all right? Now, you notice I didn't say anything about who? Dun & Bradstreet, okay? Because a lot of people think they have to have business credit through Dun & Bradstreet in order to be approved for business loans, especially with American Express, and that's not true, okay? Dun & Bradstreet's platform has nothing to do with getting a business loan through American Express, okay? So it has nothing to do with it. So that's one thing you have to understand. Now, let's clearly understand what else. Now, in terms of like the term loan, you may get like, say, anywhere from 6% on up to about, I think it's like 15% or higher, all right, on the term loan. But again, like I said, in order for you to be able to access the term loan, you do have to have a business credit card with them, and you have to have been in a relationship with them for at least 6 months, okay? So that's one of the reasons that a lot of people are not understanding of being approved for American Express business loan. One, like I said, they have 3 different types of business loan, but number 2, you actually have to have a relationship with them. Now, if you never had a business credit card with American Express, you wonder, well, how do I build a relationship with them? Let me help you understand the easiest way to build a relationship with American Express, okay? Having their serve card. So if you have their serve card, they're doing data mining and stuff like that. That's pulling in information, building a relationship with American Express. They have CDs and savings accounts, okay? These are the easiest ways to start building a relationship with American Express, all right? So most people are not aware of this, but now you know. It's the easiest way if you want to build a relationship. So like with our company, we offer AUs for American Express and stuff like that. The reason is because we know that when you're applying for American Express card and you have an American Express authorized user already on your account, again, because they're already pulling in as data, it makes it much easier for them to help qualify you for an American Express card. Now, again, here's the cool thing about American Express that I like, is that once you're in a relationship with American Express, that's when you don't have to worry about no more hard pull. Okay? That's what I like about them. So you don't have to worry about no more extra inquiries and stuff on your credit report when you're trying to get American Express business card or business loan. Okay? Because you're already in their system. They already know what's going on. And then I'm going to tell you another secret I always tell my clients. All right? Now check this out. If you're considering building a relationship with American Express, okay, and you're trying to just say get a regular credit card with them or business credit card, I always tell my clients, call over the phone and talk to somebody on the phone and let them walk you through the application process. Okay, and for whatever the reason, I don't know, but every time my clients do it, they have a higher chance of being approved. All right, I don't know, because maybe it's internally, you're on the phone with them, they're already verifying your information right then and there, so it makes it much easier and stuff. And so if you don't get an eye, they have the recon department and stuff to help you get approved for maybe American Express card or American Express business loan. Now, here's something else you have to understand. Going back to talking about the American Express business loan, they have the American Express working capital. Okay. Now, the working capital is very different from the American Express term loan. All right. And like I said, American Express, they do have a new secret that a lot of people are not aware of. They may have heard of it, but they don't understand how to leverage it to be able to get more business funding. And we're going to talk about that. So just stick with me a few minutes, all right? Let's talk about the working capital. Now, and in terms of getting a working capital, or what they call a line of credit, okay? Now, I like lines of credit. The reason I like lines of credit, because when you get a loan, you have to, once you pay the loan off, you have to apply for it again. But with the line of credit, all you do is use it, pay it back, use it, pay it back again, okay? And that's the reason that I like using lines of credit versus working capital, because again, you don't have to keep on applying and stuff. And trust me, it gives you so much leverage. And because the interest rates usually on like working capital or lines of credit, the interest rates are usually much less than with a business credit card. So your business lines of credit are much cheaper than your business credit cards, all right? So that's one thing. Now, here's something that you have to understand. Again, like I said, with the working capital, it's still the 6 months. And you have to have a business credit card. And like I said, it's by invite, all right? So these are the things that you have to understand, because I made a video telling people that you actually can get American Express business credit card business loan with no credit check. But I strongly emphasize that you have to be in a relationship with them already, and it has to be an invite. So some people say, well, I called American Express, they didn't know what I was talking about or whatever. Then obviously you called the wrong department, okay? Because if you call the business department and you ask them about their requirements, okay? And it's even on their website, it will tell you, in order to get a business loan or business working capital business line of credit, okay, it's invite, okay? And so again, the criteria is just having a business card with them for at least 6 months and actually utilizing that card. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is that a lot of people, they may get a low limit business credit card, but they won't even use it. So even if it's 500 or 1,000, still use the card. Max it out. Pay it back. The reason is, if you max out a business credit card, especially like with American Express, don't default on it. But they have business credit cards that are revolving, not just the charge card, but your revolving. Revolving probably is like maybe your Deltas, your Delta business credit cards, or your American Express Marriott credit cards and stuff like that, that you can use, and that are revolving, that you make monthly payments. Also, I tell you something else. What they're doing now with American Express, even like with their charge cards, they actually have this program. So if you have American Express business charge card, they actually have a program where you can choose the amount of money you want to spend up to, and then you can make monthly payments on it. Okay, so that's the thing about it. Again, it's all about what you know and about the products and who understands the product. Now, again, let's go back and continue talking about this line of credit working capital. Now, here's some of the things you have. They want you to be in, for their working capital, they want you to be in business at least 2 years. Okay, so this is some of their requirements of working capital line of credit. But their lines of credit, now they go anywhere, it goes from 500, my apologies, it goes from 500 up to 150K, all right? But like I said, they're saying that your revenues have to be at least 2,000K or more. So in terms of going after a working capital loan and stuff like that, I would do that. What I would do is I would try to get approved and build a relationship and get the business credit cards, utilize the business credit card, and then I would put in to see if I qualify for a business loan. All right, especially as a new business, this is something that's very important. American Express is changing the game. All right, and in terms of changing the game, what they're trying to do is get a broader margin of the market. So what they did, they ended up buying Cabbage. They bought their system out, okay? So when they bought Cabbage, what ended up happening now, like when they bought Cabbage, what it did, it just gave them more leverage to the market, okay? So in terms of like people with bad credit and stuff like that, with their Cabbage system, is actually focusing more focus on the performance of your business, okay? Why you want to build a relationship with American Express? Because once you have a relationship with American Express, whether it's with the personal credit cards or business credit cards, what it does, it puts you in a better opportunity with other lenders. Because once they see that you have American Express, for whatever the reason, it opens up the doors for other lenders, okay? So I hope that this here helps you. I know it's kind of a lengthy video, but at the same time, now you know that American Express not only just have one type of loan, they actually have 3 different types of loans that you're able to access funding from, okay? As well as their business credit cards. Now, this is Houston with 3-Way Funding. Again, for those of you just now finding my YouTube channel, please don't forget to, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you.